It's just crazy for a man to try to use a woman for a free meal. Like, what are you
Why
doing?
is that? Why is that crazy? We both eat.
Yeah. My whole thing is just, again, because I say it to the women, but it's just like, if you don't have money and you're broke, you should not be dating.
No.
You shouldn't be trying to sign up.
I'm talking about being hungry.
I'm talking about.
Then we could be friends, and I will buy you a meal as my friend. Why are we on a date? You're in no position to be in a relationship.
But I'm in no position to be in a relationship that we're going to be 50-50 in, that we're going to be equals in.
Well, I wouldn't be in that dynamic.
You don't want to be an equal with your partner.
I want to be equal with my partner, but I feel like my philosophies I have for myself, I have for my partner. So my philosophy for myself is I need to be able to provide for myself before I join lives with somebody else. If you're in a position where you cannot afford to eat, I will help you as a friend, but that means that you shouldn't be in a predicament to.
But that's not what I'm saying, because I'm able to provide for myself because I showed up to the date alive. Okay, so I've clearly been eating.
This sounds like there's some deeper problems.
No, it's not a deeper problem. I'm asking a serious question because it's okay for us to spend money on y'all, right? Mm-hmm. But y'all don't want to spend money on us sometimes.
Well, not sometimes. It depends.
All the time.
It's well, number one, again, the men normally spend money on the women because you're the one asking. So that's where that comes in. If I'm
Why aren't you asking?
I don't want to.
That's cap. Women be like, when are we gonna go on a date? That's your way of asking. If you ask when are we gonna go on a date, or I don't have to go on a date, or hey, before we do this, I have whatever fantasy rule that you made up in your own brain of 2-3 dates. But I'm just saying it's happening. So like women are, subconsciously asking for dates, just like they subconsciously ask for marriage. Mm-hmm. Oh, I want a ring before this happened. Oh, I want to get married. I want to be married by this age. And niggas looking at her like, damn, you just really asked me to marry you without really asking. So they do all of this like beating around the bush ways of asking.
While saying they're direct.
Yeah, while saying they're direct. Yeah. You should have known because I told you 17 hints.
Well, no. You should be direct. But again, this is why you have these conversations in the beginning of like, if we both went into this dynamic with marriage in mind, and now 7 years has gone by, you knew that this is what I wanted, and we're having that conversation, and it's like, hey, I was wondering by this. It's like, well, that's.
Well, why don't you just take the initiative then?
Take initiative to propose?
She already said she's not even asking a man for a date.
Yeah.
So she's not, her saying, not proposal, but her saying, changing up her whole script is not going to happen. She's not even asking a man for a date. She's not asking a man for food. He's got to be able to provide, not shelter or anything, because I can take care of myself. So I'm saying, like, why isn't it we both go in this 50-50? And I'm not saying we got to split the checks, but like, you get a date, I get a date, something like that.
I think once you're in a relationship, I can.
We have to get to the relationship. No. If you come in and you attempt to date me and I'm paying for everything, why do I want to be in a relationship with you? I don't want to provide for you. You're not a child.
Or are you?
I mean, I guess it just depends, because like I think and agree that it's okay for a girl to pick up the tab for a guy that she likes, to show him of like, hey, I'm here too. Like my dad like taught me that, of like, yo, like, you and your boyfriend, you once in a while surprise him, that like you know
surprise him.
Once in a while surprise him is crazy.
Yeah, and in the sense of like that, from the perspective of a man who's always paying, and because there are some men who will not let a woman pay. Like they be going out their way, they be mailing you checks back to your house. Absolutely not. I'm paying for this date. So it's just like, some of them, it's like, all right, they won't take it. But it's like, if a man will, it's like, okay, like that's a nice thing. But
why? Okay. And audience, you guys can answer this question too, because I haven't understand it. Why should a woman show that she's capable of doing things if she's going to remove the things that she's shown that she's capable to do when she dates the man?
Well, you'd only be removing it based upon what are the agreements.
The things?
Yeah, like you go out to dates now, right? With your friends?
Yeah.
Do you split the bill? Okay. So you...
Sorry, you like your friends too, right?
Yeah, but my friends aren't trying to fuck me.
Okay, so it's the sex then.
That's the only difference.
I mean, yeah, I think with exclusivity to your body, there should be some type of
So you would give more to your friends in terms of monetary value than
No. I would pay money for dates with my friends, and I would pay money for dates again with my boyfriend. But in the courting period, if a man is trying to tell me of, hey, I want to date you, I think during that period you should then pay. After that, cool. Again, I'm saying I'm okay even in that period if I really like you. If I have an idea for a date, I'll pay. That's normally my philosophy. Meaning if I say I want to go rock climbing, and it costs $120 to go rock climbing, I will come to that date with $120, and I wouldn't expect you to pay because it was my idea. I'm asking you. But I think if the guy who most of the time is the one putting it together, then that's how it would be.
All right, my question is essentially, women like yourself want to be able to pay for their own ways as an adult, correct?
Yeah.
Now, that means you have to work or you have to find a way to get money on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, right? You're 26 years old, so let's just say you've been getting funds since you were 18, hypothetically. So for 8 years, you've proven to be a capable woman, adulting woman, or a woman that's able to adult, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the second a man comes in, whatever you've been doing, you are now removed those responsibilities from yourself, and he takes over those responsibilities. So the question that I have is, what was the purpose of even showing that you can do it or proving to yourself that you can do it when you ultimately are not trying to do that? Instead of maybe trying to study for 8 years on how to get the man that's going to do what you want him to do versus you figuring out how to adult just so you cannot adult.
I mean, I think you should figure out how to adult to just survive regardless of who you want to date. You have to just know how to take care of yourself. Because even if you're in a relationship and that something happens to that person, it's like you need the skill set to be okay by yourself. So it's like if I'm a functioning adult, we get into a relationship. Me personally, I'm going to proceed on doing those skills. The only time that dynamic changes is if a man takes over that financial responsibility and then might say, hey, I want you to stay home. And now I have a different list of responsibilities with that I'm, trading my time for. But I feel like in the beginning, I don't know.
What type of men should women be submissive to?
What type of men should women be submissive to? I think that's a great question. I think that, and it doesn't have to be a man in a high value bracket, but it has to be a man who is, again, standing strong in his principles and morals with discipline, right? So if a man has discipline, he has a vision, he's exercising his ability to go with this vision, you should be submissive to him because he can take you there.
So what you're saying is a man who has not been considered high value yet, as you just said, but carries all the characteristics should get submission even though he has not gotten to that actual...
Yes.
Okay. So that means that all men get submission, or because the men who have these skills, you're saying that they're not high value. So it's like which men get the submission? I don't...
Well, first and foremost, a lot of men aren't disciplined, right? A lot of men aren't even really doing the due diligence, especially if you're talking about in your age bracket. None of them are disciplined. Like I would say 95% of them aren't disciplined.
Maybe men don't get disciplined until they're 30. I don't know. I agree with you.
But I'm just
40s.
and
it's a long time.
So when we're talking about discipline and we're talking about all these different things, I can guarantee you there's more men that you'll meet that aren't disciplined, don't have a vision or a plan that they're exercising and working towards efficiently every day. Those men who are providing small increments of success towards their ultimate goal are men that you should be submissive to. Some of these men don't care to be millionaires. They're cool with getting $150,000, $200,000 a year and living within that realm and living within those means. That is not a bad man. He is not a upper echelon dude because there's people doing everything that he's doing and making $100 million. So we're not going to put them in the same bracket. But those men are usually good men. Hopefully, I don't hope they're not like mentally fucked up. But they do possess the things that will be like, all right, cool, I should be submissive to this man. I don't think it's going to be easy for you to be submissive to a man that's not disciplined, because how can you take direction from somebody who's not able to even direct himself? And then
So women should be submissive to the pre-high value men.
The potential high value man.
Okay.
But again, that's only if that's within his vision. Some people, again, don't care if they never make $1 million a year. Some people will never live without making it. All right, so ladies, let's talk about, we had enough about high value man and Rico talks. Let's talk about high value woman. What does that look like?
I would say it looks like all the same things, but I just feel like even if you're in the pursuit of that and you carry those characteristics, I believe that I'm still high value because it's like clearly what I'm putting out is projecting where I'm going. So it's like just because I'm not there yet, I feel like I'm not gonna rob myself of the title. Shout out to manifesting. So I would say just the woman that does all of those things as well has those characteristics. But again, even if you're disciplined, you know where you're going, you respect yourself, you have all these things, and maybe right now you make $20,000. I believe you are still a high value woman because you're holding all of those principles at this point in your life the same way you're gonna hold them if you have $1 million.
I feel like if you're a high valued woman and a high valued man, you guys should be able to coexist because you guys are both on the same bracket.
You guys should have the same mindset.
As far as success, discipline, and mentality, and your mindset, and all of that nature. You're bound to go together. Like at that point, you guys are equal.
Can a woman be a high valued woman even if she doesn't work?
I don't think so.
What do you do then?
I don't think so because you take work away. You take being provided away. What do you bring into the table?
Because again, it's about high value skills. Working means sustaining a life. That sustaining a life, it's just like
I don't see how a housewife could be a high value.
Ooh, they're gonna eat you
I don't agree
up.
with that. I don't agree with that because here's the thing. So I have worked as a nanny for like a long time. Where as a nanny, you essentially have the exact same duties as a housewife. And what happens is when you are a housewife, you have the same responsibilities as if you had a 9-to-5. They just look different, right? You sitting there talking to a 3-year-old over and over again, you need the same amount of patience to do that your husband might need at work to talk to his boss. So you guys are doing the same thing. And I think that again, if you both have those skill sets, back to the whole, if you have the skill sets in the beginning, you can transfer them. So it's like, just because I'm not working and using these skills in a job, but I'm working using them at home to build my family, I feel like I would also still consider myself a high value woman. That's why I base them off of those principles, because you can put those principles here and there, and I feel like you're still a high value woman.
I'm not saying that housewives.
Don't look at me. So look at them. I didn't say nothing. You said it.
Hollywood, but it's just you're putting yourself at a delay. Not at a delay, but you're putting yourself in a box if you're just staying at home. And it takes a lot. You're cooking and cleaning. You have the kids. You have to make sure you get up early. You're feeding your kids. You have to bathe them. It's a lot, right? But if you're not bringing any income, because I do believe also you should have your own money.
Yes. Way
before you're in a relationship as well, because it's a part of adulting. You should be able to know how to take care of yourself. But a high valued man does bring, has the success, has the money, and has the discipline to, I want to say, survive and be in the same bracket as a high, like what the definition of a high value man is. So if a woman's not working, it kind of puts herself, she's in a box. She's not.
What if she was, like, what about Rihanna, right? Rihanna sat here and we can't say she's not a high value woman. Now she takes care of her kids. She had those skills, but now
she makes millions of dollars a year off.
Yeah, but you're saying that if they're working and then it's like, what if I had a job and then no, yeah, but it's like what if, not me personally, but like what if a woman like had a job and then she were to stop working to stay at home? And let's say when she had her job, you have, the corporate lawyer with the corporate guy, and then they have a kid. Now she stays home. She's not working. Is she still a high value woman? She still has those same skill sets. She still accomplished all those things, but she's not actively at work because now her work looks different.
Again, I just want to make sure that we understand that when it was a man, it wasn't equated to money, but everything that we're hearing for a woman to be considered high value, she has to have residual income that she's earned in her body of work, or she has to be working currently.
No, I said that she needs to have those skill sets.
I don't see why not.
But even if she has the skill sets and foundations, right? Okay, so you're just saying, okay, well, I mean, initially you said, well, what is she doing, right? So I took that as if you're not working, you cannot be. Now, I might have taken that wrong from your initial statement. But if a woman possesses these, I guess, what core values that would make a woman?
Same one. Think about everything about to say for a man.
Discipline.
Woman.
So discipline.
Now you can't think of them all of a sudden because it's for a woman, but for a high value man,
like
discipline, success. Everyone respects them. All of a sudden it's a woman. Discipline. What else?
Vision for a woman is usually like men should hold the vision. So there's a reason for it.
Do you think there's difference because of the gender?
I do think that when it comes to leading, would you say you're gonna follow a man with no vision?
No.
Okay. I don't think men are following women with visions. So I can't say it's the same thing. Like
you just didn't turn left, sir. Ain't nobody talking about women following. Where did this come from?
Because if you pay attention, that's what I said. It makes a high valued man. So you're saying that I'm not saying the same attributes for a man to become or be considered high value is the same for a woman. Of course, because I don't think that a woman's going to hold the vision. I think a woman's ability to align with the vision is different, but aligning with the vision and being the leader of the vision is not the same thing. So I can't equate that to, I can't say that as I guess it's a double standard.
The same skills, but a man needs to have a few more, meaning vision. So like a high value man, high value woman, all the same skills, but a high value man needs to have the additional value of the role that you believe a man should have, which is vision.
Okay. A vision with success. And it might sound taboo, but you cannot be a high valued woman if you don't land a high value man. I believe men create the high valued woman. We give you we're like the final step. Well, no, not men. High valued men are the final step, right? So I don't care if you went to Harvard or not, but if you're not able to conduct yourself in a room that's going to, benefit the family and benefit the family and the business, you cannot be a high value. It doesn't matter how many colleges you went to. It doesn't matter what you. But
because you have the skill set.
Who is giving? But remember, it's not about just the skill set. It's about the success part after.
But she's saying if she already applied her skill set, you can't then say I provided this for you because I've already applied it.
You're not hearing me. What I'm saying is, if you have gained all the skill sets and you've done all the work, you built your resume, right? Mm-hmm. You're still turning it into the job, and the job is the high valued man. And once he gives you the job, you're finally literally getting that stamp. If you do not get a job, if you do not land a high value man, you cannot be a high valued woman.
Oh.
So Rihanna wasn't a high value woman when she was single? When she was single, because you're saying that you have to be valid. You need a high value man though.
I don't know her, and there's rumors of things that happened that could be considered not high valued. So I can't say Rihanna, and I can't say nobody that I don't know, but what I can say is somebody who is able to actually get a high value man, keep a high value man, because a high value man understands and knows what a high value woman is. He gives her the validity. I'm not saying that he created her. She already created the qualities and characteristics herself, but he is the validation for her.
But so are you saying if a high value woman?
Hold on, I'm sorry, real quick. It doesn't matter what a woman accomplishes.
I was about to say.
Adam, she could have done anything.
Go make my kid.
Hold on, Alan. She made quiet, Alan.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what she did until she solved all the world's problems. Until she lands a quote unquote high value man, she has no validity.
She doesn't. She's not a high value woman. No.
That is insanity.
It's impossible.
That is insanity.
That sounds crazy.
It's impossible.
Here's what I think is happening.
Wait, can I just say something? Can I just say something? So just with that theory alone, how is he dating her?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't he be wasting his time if she's not even valid yet?
No, she has all of the work. Again, the resume is built, right? I believe
But the stamp is ego.
No,
that's what the stamp is, because if she already has the work.
She can't be a high value woman until she's with a high value man. That means that you're trying to be with a high value woman who's already with a high value man, because she's now the high value woman because she can't be one by herself.
You would have to take.
So you have to be taking women from other men.
Yes, you would have to be taking a high value woman from a man.
So first and foremost, why is she with a man?
Because that's how she's validated as a high value woman according to you.
What are you talking about?
If you
roll the clip back, guys, play it back for him.
She's not validated.
You don't know what he said. He forgot.
She's not validated. First of all, stop, because you're so far off. When you roll it back, you're gonna see how far off you are. She's not validated. She builds a resume from all of her characteristics and qualities.
There's her validation.
No, it's not.
It's not. You're not waiting. Listen, you're not waiting for a man to validate all that. That's the issue.
Okay, listen. It's impossible. Can a woman be a high value woman if she gets $3 million a year? She split the atom.
But I also don't validate her because she's with me. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That was the original point.
Because she's still her own person. She's done all her fucking accomplishments, right? She has established herself. She is her own entity. I have nothing to validate her with. I am meeting her as her. Who the fuck am I'm not God to validate her.
How are you?
Period.
How are you high valued if you can't get the relationship that you want? It's impossible, bro. So if she
I don't agree.
It's impossible. Mind you, high valued has to be the best thing I can kind of put it towards, right? And this is just one example. There's many. And mind you, we're speaking from the outside looking in, is Jay-Z and Beyonce. A high-valued man, a high-valued woman. They validated each other. They both equally helped each other in their success and their family legacy, right? Those are both high-valued. Will Beyonce be high-valued if Beyonce was 45 years old and single?
Yes.
No. She would be Beyonce, a star entertainer. That's as far as she would go.
But she still created her value of where she was, though.
Yo, but the thing is, we can't take out family dynamic. We can't take out family dynamic and think that you can be considered high value.
I'm saying for myself, right? Just for me, and fuck the extremes, right?
Okay.
Just forget the extremes. You meet a woman and she's doing well off. She's doing better than you, or she's doing worse than you, or whatever the case may be. The person is already established. She has made it past her obstacles, her feats, and she's clearly got the discipline that we asked for. She's clearly got the characteristics of a not shithead that we asked for. So she's already established, okay? We do not give her value because we appear and show up into her life. She already had value, because if she didn't have value without our stamp, why would we be fucking with her? We wouldn't mess with her. You understand? Like she already has value.